And welcome back. All right, let's get into episode 11. Nothing is changing, I don't think. Yeah, no, nothing's changing. Same alliances, same advantages. And we're
Hmm.
going to the reward challenge. Again, they split into two groups. And the group of five of Nedramiro, Price, Thrawn, Tarkin, and Han win reward. So far, every group that's won these rewards has one of them has ended up winning immunity. Han won last immunity, he won the last reward. So let's see if this has an impact. We had Dedra, Price, Thrawn, Tarkin, and Han win reward, and Thrawn wins immunity. So winning these rewards, getting some extra food, seems to be paying off. So Thrawn wins a balancing immunity challenge, which he does know a lot of like
Like
more
weird martial arts and
martial
stuff.
art type stuff. Yeah, so that makes sense. Um, and Han has a second idol.
Second immunity idol.
So he
Ooh.
finds the idol that who wasted it? Price. That Price
Price.
wasted last that she played on herself and got no votes. So she plays the idol. It goes back into circulation, being rehidden, and then he finds it. So he has two idols. Luke has a nullifier. And on top of that, Finnick and Price have a major fight that could be really good um, for Han and Luke, have been working together to have somebody to go after in Price. So, and then the Tiva tribe of Jin and Tarkin. There was more people in that alliance, but they're voted off now. I don't remember who all was in there. I think it was Hera. Um, and that's dissolved. That is no more. So I wonder if Jin's
Hmm.
going to be working with like Han or Luke, or I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right. So Tribal Council is next. We have Final 10. We have Luke with the idol nullifier, and Han with two idols in his pocket. But Thrawn has the immunity necklace, so Thrawn cannot be voted for. And we'll get to the votes. First, Han will play an idol, one of them, for himself, and that's all he's
Yeah.
going to do. So that makes sense. Okay, let's see what happens on the vote. The first vote, Han Solo does not
On.
count. Second vote,
On.
Han does not count. Third vote, Han does not count. Fourth vote, Han does not count. Fifth
Read
vote,
the room right.
Dedra Miro.
Miro.
Sixth vote, Tarkin. One,
Tarkin.
so one Han, one
Hmm.
Tarkin, or one Miro, one Tarkin. Four votes left. Dedra Miro, it's two for Dedra. Tarkin, two for Tarkin.
Miro.
Dedra Miro, that is three for Dedra Miro, two for Tarkin. One vote left. And the 11th person voted off. Dedra Miro, finally.
Dedra Miro.
We've been saying it, and she has
She's
been,
been too shifty.
yeah. And what it looks like is that they voted for four votes for Han, so he would have been a part of a tie vote. And the two people that voted for Tarkin would have had to re-vote and had to vote for either Dedra Miro or Han, which could have been bad for Han. So he definitely needed to play the idol here. It's almost like he's like omniscient or something.
She's lucky.
So he's working, he's just lucky. So he's working here with potentially Finnick, Thrawn, himself, and then who was the other vote? Luke. Yeah, makes sense.
Luke.
And then
Luke and Han.
I don't know if Joe Jin and Seven Sister voted for Tarkin, and I'm not sure why.
They're kind of just going off on their own end.
It seems like it. Yeah, I don't know. So we're in the final nine, and we will go to the there is no. Oh no. So Han because the fact that Han played his original tribe idol, or well the swap tribe idol. So the original tribe idol he still has. So the idol that he played will not be re-hidden, which is unfortunate, but that'll be okay. He still has an idol. So and then we have our old alliances still intact in the reward challenge. Han is gonna sit out because there's nine people left and the group of Finnick, Thrawn, Jin, and Luke win reward. Again, let's see if that pays off on the immunity challenge, and it does because Luke wins immunity.
Luke wins immunity, which is
So
really good too.
yeah, so now if they're trying to target Luke and Han, Luke has immunity and Han has an idol. So if he needs to play it, there you go. Okay, so let's get into any changes in the alliances. Nothing. Oh, Thrawn
Finnick and
leaves the
Han bond strongly.
Finnick and Han bond. They're already in an alliance. And then it makes sense. They're both kind of those like not like super locked into one group, right? Like Han is mostly in the
Hmm.
Rebel Alliance, but before that, he's really kind of a free agent,
He's
and
yeah,
so is Finnick. So, but Thrawn leaves the alliance with Finnick, Han, and Luke, so that could be interesting for both sides there. Let's see. But we have Tribal Council here, final nine. So we're getting down to it, and Luke cannot receive any votes, and Han's playing the idol for himself. And let's see what happens with the votes. First vote is for Han, does not count.
Han.
Second vote, Han does not count. Third vote, Han does not
Tarkin's
count.
going out.
Fourth vote, Han does not count. Fifth vote, Han does not count. Sixth vote, seventh sister. Okay.
Sister, ooh.
Second vote that counts the seventh sisters. Two votes left. And that's it. Seventh sister is gone. It was five votes for Han that were all canceled, and then four for seventh sister. So if that group of four that voted for seventh sister is able to stay together, it'll be four versus four. So the group of four that voted for seventh sister
Mm,
was Finnick, Thrawn, Han, and Luke.
Luke.
So Thrawn
Hmm.
left the alliance, but he still voted with them, which is so maybe he just didn't want to vote, didn't want to get out seven, didn't want Seven Sister to
Unless he
stay
wants,
in the game,
unless he wants to flip now.
Maybe he will now. We'll see, but because it could be an advantage to him to flip now, unfortunately for our heroes, Han and Luke
Yeah.
here. But we're down to the final eight. We're getting close to the end here. Um, let's see. We have only three original heroes: Jin, Luke,
Hmm.
and Han. So
And
I don't know if that was going to
we
matter or
have
not, but
we have Finnick, Han, and Luke all voting in a block, and then you have
and
Thrawn
Thrawn,
usually with them, but Thrawn's not
he's
super
not.
strong loyal with him, and then
Yeah,
Jin, Tarkin, and Thrawn are in a
yeah.
have some history there.
There's definitely some history there. The original tribe idol that Han just played is rehidden, but so far no one's found
Mm.
it. No one's found it yet though. So see what happens here. Han has a knack for it, but let's see what happens. No changes in the alliances, so we're gonna go to the reward challenge. We get pairs of two, like two people paired up. So two, so it's Thrawn and Luke, Riva and Jin, Fennec and Han, and then Tarkin and Price. And Riva and Jin win reward, and they get to pick two people to share it with, and they pick Price and Han, which is interesting because Jin's not working with them, neither is Riva. So
Hmm.
I wonder if maybe they're trying to create some
Bye.
like buy some goodwill, and maybe they
Yep.
will work together. I don't know. This is also the loved ones challenge, which is funny because like some of these heroes' loved ones are just like in the game, like Leia's in the game. Chewie's in the game. I don't know. Okay, so let's see if that
Jin
impacts.
doesn't have any.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. So Riva, Jin, Han, and Price all get to eat. So let's see if that impacts the immunity challenge as it has every time so far. Um, and we're still gonna go. We're gonna keep the streak alive. Jin Urso wins immunity again, which is crazy. Every time the person that won immunity had just won a reward challenge with food. So okay, so Jin cannot receive any
This
votes.
is gonna be close.
This is gonna be tight. And Riva joins that alliance of Han,
Ooh,
Finnick, and Luke. So if they can get Thrawn to stay with them for one more vote, that could change the rest of the
they
game.
can turn on. They can turn on Tarkin, and
Yep. That could change. So like, let's just see theoretically if you have Han, Finnick, Thrawn, Luke, and Riva, they can vote off
now can Luke's
Bryce.
idol nullifier cancel an immunity idol?
No, no.
That stands above everything.
Yeah, well, technically they call it the immunity necklace, so they don't call it an immunity idol. So that's
It
why
has it has different
it's a
rules.
weird loophole. Yeah, it's a weird like because they don't want it to work that way. They want it to only
Yeah,
work on the necklace. So I mean on the idol that you play.
on
So
the token idols.
yes, exactly. Okay, so either way, Jin cannot receive any votes, and there's no idols to be played. So we're gonna go to the vote. First vote is for Thrawn. Interesting.
Mm,
Second vote is for Price. So no
Price.
votes for Han or Luke. Third vote is for Thrawn. Fourth vote is for Price. 2-2 here. With four votes left. Fifth vote is for Thrawn. 3-2. Sixth vote is for Price. 3-3. 2 votes left. Seventh vote, Price with 1 vote left. This could be a tie.
I think it's
We
funny
haven't
that this
seen
is
any ties
Thrawn and
yet.
Price in this vote.
Yeah, they like work together. I mean, in Rebels. But I mean, All right. And that's it. 13th person voted off of Survivor. Rebels versus Empire
Miranda
is
Price.
Render Price. And it was 5-3.
Came down to
So
whoever Thrawn voted for.
I'm gonna assume that's Finnick, Thrawn, yeah. Finnick, Thrawn, Han, Reva, and Luke. So Jin and Jin voted for Price too. So who voted for Thrawn? Oh, Reva voted for Thrawn. So Reva did not
Reva,
actually
yeah,
join that alliance. She joined the alliance, but she didn't vote with them.
she voted wrong.
But Thrawn isn't in the alliance. So like I don't know.
Yeah,
It's weird.
I think she took his seat.
So Reva and Tarkin voted wrong. As did Price, who's gone now. So Reva and Tarkin are the two that I would be looking at, but Reva did join that alliance. So Thrawn could be in trouble too. They could go ahead and just pitch him, use him and ditch him. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting close to it
He's.
though.
It seems like right now they're trying to get him to play kind of the neutral middle, where he's
Both
trying
sides,
to,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll see.
trying to play
He's
those sides.
he has a little bit, so it's interesting. But right now, it seems like Luke, with that vote, it seems like Luke and Han are like kind of in the driver's seat. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Han has definitely played the more flashy game, so we'll see if that means anything at the end. I don't know. Okay, so checking back in with the tribes, nothing's changed. We still have the big alliance of Reva, Luke, Han, and Finnick, and then the original Empire alliance of Tarkin and Reva. And no idols have been found. And Reva wins a reward, and she shares it with 2 other of her Empire tribe castaways, Tarkin and Finnick. So the 3 of them share the reward. And this one is a helicopter ride. I don't know if there's any food involved, but let's see. Immunity challenge. Finnick wins immunity.
Yep.
So again,
Crazy how that happens.
the reward person is always winning immunity. And it was a balance. They had to balance little balls on a disc and add more balls. So it's just like the ping pong ball challenge that we did
Mm-hmm.
this season. Just like that one, but with more expensive material. All right. So let's see. Luke is worn out, but not giving up. That's right. That Jedi spirit. Nothing changes in these tribes though, so I think that it might be a
Well,
straightforward
Thrawn's
vote.
back in. Thrawn's
Oh, he's
back
back
in.
in. Oh, that's weird. Oh,
Reva's out and
this is a
Thrawn's back in.
this is a new alliance. So what that means is that old alliance still is there. So that alliance of Finnick, Reva, Han, and Luke still exists, and then this alliance of
It's
Finnick, Thrawn.
Thrawn and Reva.
So I would
But
say,
Thrawn has left and then he's back in again. That's what I'm
yeah. So
saying.
I would say Jin. No. I'm saying that alliance with Reva in it is still a thing.
Oh, it is.
So there's 2 of those alliances. So there's 2 alliances that
Oh,
include the same 3 of Finnick, Han, and Luke. So Finnick, Han, and Luke have an alliance with Reva
for sure going
and
together.
also an alliance with Thrawn. So that means that the last person in there is Jin, right? So
Mm-hmm. So
that could be
Jin and
bad
Tarkin
news.
are in trouble.
Or Tarkin. Sorry, yeah, it could be either one of those last 2 are the ones that are going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Hopefully Tarkin
Depend.
just
It'll depend. It'll
because
probably depend on whether or not Reva votes with Tarkin.
that's true. She has so far.
She
Not every
has been,
time,
which
but
is
a
why I
lot.
think that could be
Yeah.
the kicker.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Time to vote. No one plays any advantages, so we're going back to the vote. First vote is for Tarkin. Second vote, Thrawn. Okay. Third vote, Thrawn. It's 2 for Thrawn. Fourth vote, Tarkin. 2-2. Fifth vote is Thrawn. 3-2. 2 votes left though, so we're getting down to it. 2 votes left. 3 votes for Thrawn. 2 for Tarkin. Tarkin. So 3-3 with 1 vote left.
1 left.
So the 14th person, 7th member of the jury, Tarkin. Okay,
Tarkin.
that's what we
Ooh.
thought. So that was what we thought. It looks like Tarkin voted for Thrawn with Reva and Jin. So Jin's on the wrong side of the
Mm-hmm.
numbers still. So Reva, it'll be interesting to see if no, Jin voted for Tarkin. So it was Luke. It was Luke that voted for Thrawn. That's wild. I wonder
That's
if they were just like
interesting.
playing it safe. Like, let's put an extra vote on Thrawn in case somebody doesn't. I don't know. I'm not sure that makes any sense, but yeah. In the
That's an
long run,
interesting move from him.
yeah, I'm not sure that makes any sense. All right, so we're in the finale, final 6. We're gonna get rid of 3 people. pretty close to like pretty soon, like back to back to back. It won't be as many reward challenges and that kind of stuff. We're gonna get down to it here. So, we know Luke has an idol nullifier, but I don't believe there are any actual idols
I don't think so
in
unless
the
someone
in the
finds that
game.
right now.
Yeah, I think it has to be found. Yeah, it is currently hidden, so you have to find it right pretty much right now because after this tribal council, you won't be able to use it anymore. So, we have see, this is what I was saying. We have the same two alliances. They both exist. One of them
Mm,
with Thrawn, one of them with Riva. So you would think that means Finnick, Han, and Luke are sitting pretty, but
hmm
we'll see. Okay.
But does Luke's change
Yeah, that
impact
could
anything
cause a
with
problem.
him?
That could cause a problem. But we'll see. Okay. Immunity challenge is won by Riva. Interesting. And then she also gets a
Mm.
reward that she shares with Luke and Finnick. They get some spaghetti and meatballs. Oh, and cake.
Didn't
Okay.
Riva's one a previous one that she had won? Didn't she share it with Luke or Fennec?
I think I think so. That was a reward, but yeah, I think so. No. I think that Riva shared it with Finnick, like the other way around.
Riva, sure. Okay.
I think. Okay, so Finnick finds the original tribe hidden immunity idol.
Mm,
So there's the idol. Let's see if they use it or at all or use it correctly. But either way, because she's working with Luke, I don't think the nullifier will really matter.
hmm
Um, Finnick and Han have a minor disagreement though, which is interesting. I don't know if they're having a disagreement on who to vote out next, but they were the ones that started this alliance of because like Han was working with Luke, and then Han and Finnick started to have a bond. So um, that could change some things. Let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the vote for our final six. Can't vote for Riva. And no one plays the idol, which I think this is the last chance to play it. So I guess it means it
I think
just
so.
doesn't matter.
So
Um,
Jin or Thrawn.
I would think, yeah, I would think. First vote is for Han, though. That could be bad.
Uh-oh.
Second vote is for Thrawn. Okay. Third vote is for Jin. Okay. Three votes left. Fourth vote is for Thrawn. It's two for Thrawn.
The two Thrawn votes were Jin and um Riva.
Riva, maybe. Yeah, let's see. So it's two. We have two for Jin now, two for Thrawn, and one for Han. And then the next person, the 15th person voted off is Jin. That makes the most sense. I think she was the one that was the most on the outs because Thrawn was working with him a little bit. So I bet that they split the vote. I bet they Jin. I think Jin voted for Han, and then everybody else, Thrawn voted for Jin, and I bet they just put a couple of extra votes on Thrawn in case Jin had the idol. So yeah, Riva
Mm,
and Luke voted for Thrawn, probably just as a backup, like just in case she has an idol or something crazy happens, then she
yeah,
can't get out Han, she gets out Thrawn instead, to
that's
help
true.
because if she plays the idol, Han's
Because
gone.
they don't have the benefit of knowing who has it like we do.
I mean, yeah, we do. But I mean, maybe Finnick tells him. Maybe she just didn't want to tell him. I don't know. Maybe she was just like, no, I'll just keep to myself. So okay, so Jin has kind of been had a rough go of it. She's been on the outs on the wrong side of the vote for a long time. So um let's get into our final five though. So Luke and Han are still here. Finnick, Thrawn, and Riva. This is their alliance. This is two different alliances, but this is the five that have been working together for most of them for most of the last
Hmm
4 or 5 votes. So
Yep.
this is now they're gonna have to eat each other. Okay. First, we know she has the idol. Oh, this is the last chance to use it. Okay, so she can use it this round. So maybe she didn't tell him she had it because that would be because she would have to. She would know I can use it next round. And next round we have to vote for one of our own people. So I don't want them to know I have it. So the
Ooh,
alliances are
they're
the
yeah.
alliances are still there. Now, what Finnick does not know is that Luke has the idol nullifier. Maybe she doesn't know. She might know. Maybe he told her. But if they actually want to vote Riva or Finnick out, they can use the nullifier on Finnick, which would be pretty interesting. Okay, so next is the immunity challenge, and Finnick wins immunity.
Fennec wins immunity.
So she's safe. She
Pretty dominant
could,
performance here at the end.
yeah, she's kind of coming in clutch here. She could you play the idol for an alliance member that she wants to get to the end. So that wouldn't shock me if she did that. But I think we can go ahead and go right to the vote. There's nothing really to go to do here. I don't know why she wouldn't play the idol here. Yeah, she plays the idol. Oh no, wait a minute. Luke played the nullifier on Thrawn. So Luke's been going for Thrawn for like 3 rounds. So he wants Thrawn gone. He remembers that, I know Disney doesn't remember. Well, actually, they do remember because they're making Ahsoka. But for the sake of the joke, Disney doesn't remember what happened in that trilogy of books with Thrawn and Luke, but Luke remembers. It's like, no, Thrawn, you're out of here. Which
Mm-hmm.
it's a bad joke because
The deep cut.
that trilogy is going to definitely be a part of Ahsoka. So, whatever. But yeah, so any idol that is played for Thrawn will not count, and Finnick plays the idol for Luke,
For Luke. Ooh.
which to me shows that Luke must really be doing some hard work on the
He's
social game, right?
Yep.
Because
Jedi mind trick.
he's like, you will play the idol on me. That's funny. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to see the social game in a simulation like this. So maybe he's, doing a good job of making connections there. Okay, so the first vote is for Riva. Okay,
Riva.
interesting. Second vote's for Thrawn. Next is for Riva. Then Thrawn. So 2 for Riva, 2 for Thrawn, 1 vote left. And
really want it to be Riva, but
me too. She also, I feel
I
like
don't think it will be though.
Me neither. 16th person voted off. 9th member of the jury is Thrawn. Yeah, it makes sense.
Admiral Thrawn.
He's big. Yep. He's a big talker, so it's a good threat to get rid of here
at
the very end.
Big talker, and Luke's definitely been gunning for him for a while.
And Han was the one that wanted to go with voting off Riva. So Han and Luke, for the first time not the first time in a while, recently. Recently,
Han and Finnick had a disagreement. That's what it was about.
Oh, that's true too. Finnick wanted to get out Thrawn, and Han wanted to get out Riva. Yeah, because Luke and Han have been voting opposite for a couple of votes because Luke he's voting for Thrawn. So Luke finally gets his way, and Thrawn is gone, and we are in the end game here, the final 4. And so if you're familiar with how the final 4 will work, there is going to be a fire making challenge instead of a vote at the tribal council here. But first we have an immunity challenge. So we have our alliances, and that seems to me to indicate that Riva will be on the outs here, but we'll see. So the immunity challenge is won by Finnick Shan. That huge role.
That gives her a huge argument if she's in the jury.
Yeah, because Han had the great idol play and he had the nerves of steel, but like other than that, what's he really done?
Well, I mean, he survived so many votes.
But other than surviving the votes and playing the idol at the right time and then getting another idol and playing it at the right, I mean, she's winning challenges.
He won immunity. Then
he won one. Yeah, he has some big moves.
But she's won like 5 in a row though.
She's been a bunch. I think one of them was a reward challenge, but she's won several immunity challenges in a row. Nothing's happening, so let's go to tribal council where we're going to have a fire making challenge. So Finnick has to grant safety to one person, which then leaves the other 2 people to go to fire making challenge. And she, I think, wisely chooses Riva. Riva is not going to get any votes, right? And then has Han and Luke compete in fire making. And the winner of the fire making challenge is Luke Skywalker. I mean, it's not fair. He uses the Force like fire. Come on. He uses Sith lightning for the first time. He's like, don't tell Yoda. So Han is just like that. So the whole debate about Han in
solved just like that. That was a smart move.
Yeah, because Luke probably is the best person to go against Han to beat him in the fire making, and he also is probably the second biggest threat besides Han to her, like next to her. Like definitely Finnick is.
So either way, it's not a bad move.
Yeah, even if Luke goes out, then because Riva is not going to win. Like she was on the outs. She's been flip flopping a lot. They've included her in the alliance, and she's stopped flip flopping so much. But I don't think the Empire tribe. I don't think any of them will vote for Riva.
Finnick has just had so much control in the last 7 rounds.
She's been all over it. So we have our final 3: Finnick, Riva, and Luke Skywalker. If you'd given me like 10 people, say pick 10 people that might be in the final 3, I would have picked
Luke. Is the only one.
I would have picked. I wouldn't have picked Finnick or Riva. Riva is one that surprises me, but a lot of times in Survivor, there is a person that comes to the end that is kind of more or less taken to the end because they don't have a good chance of winning. And Finnick, she is crafty. She is kind of
I mean,
well
apparently.
balanced. Well, she's well balanced. You know what I mean? She's
Mhm.
good at like not just good at one thing, right? So like someone like Thrawn, incredibly good at one thing, but also is good at like he has some physical fighting abilities, but like not great at much more than that. So she is good at several different things. So it doesn't shock me that she's still here. Um, but she's played a really incredible game. I'll be surprised if she loses, honestly, but you never know. Luke has been pretty well liked, has made some under the radar moves. So definitely should be one of them, probably Finnick, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see who gets all the votes. So the first vote um goes to Finnick, second vote goes to Luke, and the third vote goes to
Riva.
Riva. So one vote for all three. The
Hmm.
fourth vote goes to Luke. That's two for Luke, and then one more for
What?
Riva. So Riva has two. Luke has two. Luke gets another vote. That's three for Luke.
Whoa.
There's still a bunch more, but and then Riva. So it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be
Mm.
Finnick. They didn't respect the immunity challenges. So three for Riva, three for Luke. There's Luke, four for Luke. Whoops. Let's keep scrolling. Five for Luke. Luke's
Five
gonna
for Luke.
win. That's it. Six votes. Good job, Luke Skywalker. Okay, congratulations. So the social,
Main character energy
yeah,
carried him
yeah.
through.
So let's see. The one vote for Finnick was Lando of all people.
Lando.
That's wild. I don't know why they did not respect. They didn't
Han
respect
voted
her
for
winning.
Luke. Leia voted for Luke. Thrawn
Luke
voted for
had
Luke
Luke
because Finnick
had
screwed. That's funny that Thrawn
Thrawn voted. He's like
voted for
respect.
Luke.
He's like
He's like,
respect.
mm,
You got
recognized game.
yeah, you got me. I mean, it makes sense that he would win. He has lots of connections. He has lots of
Yep.
allies on the jury. I'm surprised that well, I'm more surprised that Riva got so many votes than I am that
Yeah.
Finnick lost. Um, Jen voting for Riva makes no sense. I mean, they had a couple of moments where they worked together.
It's like Reva's like old team members, the only ones that ever voted for.
I mean, kind of like like Miro voted for Riva, but like they were at times they were often on opposite sides of the vote, and then the third person that voted for Riva was the one that made sense was
The
Seventh
sister.
Sister, and that one made sense because they were allies for a long time, but the rest of them no, I'm not sure, but whatever. Luke Skywalker, congratulations. The Seventh Sister was the fan favorite
Wins the
award.
fan favorite award.
Makes lots of sense. Anyways, some interesting facts and statistics here. Um, First of all, let's look at challenge wins. It was five for Finnick, five for Thrawn. Now that includes I think that includes tribal wins.
Yeah.
Han, like not tribal wins, reward wins. I'm sorry, reward
Thrawn
wins.
is one or two in four of the five categories.
Yeah, he was a huge threat. I mean, he won one individual immunity and then won four reward challenges.
Mm-hmm. And really, so was Han.
Finnick won three immunities and two rewards. Han won one immunity and three rewards. Han received 26 votes, and Thrawn received 14. The next most was the Grand Inquisitor with 9, and Jin had 9. So crazy. Also, Luke Skywalker played a near perfect game. He got 6 of the 10 votes and never received a vote.
Mm-hmm. And what is that the top right category? Immunity
Most
wins,
most
just one immunity win.
Yeah, one immunity win, but he was viewed as the second most strategic player, and I think just getting 0 votes, being more social than Finnick or Riva, because the top 3 most strategic were number 1 Riva, which I don't understand that. Number 2 Luke, and number 3 Finnick. Those Finnick and Luke makes sense. I don't know what Riva did to be that
I guess
strategic. I don't know.
because
She flipped a lot.
Finnick, her only strategy was win the challenges, and then she didn't have
Yeah,
to do anything. Like it was kind of like, I'm going to sit here and hide
yeah,
and let everybody else deal with stuff. I'm
yeah.
safe. I don't care.
That makes sense. That was a fun, a surprise. I mean, happy to have Luke Skywalker as the winner. Don't get me wrong. So that was a pleasant surprise. Although it was brutal to see Han Solo go out if we'd gotten Han Solo win after having Tony Stark
I
win
really thought that's
the
what we were going to
MCU
have.
one, that would have been just like that would have been almost too much.
Oh, I
So
have spoiler alerts. I haven't seen that one
hey,
yet.
you've had
I mean,
three
you
like
figure it.
three or 4
It
weeks,
fit.
so
It fit. I mean, who else would it be?
it's still worth watching, spoilers included. It's a really funny, really good simulation there. So Christian, thanks for joining us, and we'll have to try to incorporate some of these all stars into a like a all-star type Star Wars Survivor season later. But um
Absolutely.
yeah, this is a lot of fun and a worthy winner here, Luke Skywalker. Okay, so if you're listening to this on the podcast, check it out on YouTube. Go subscribe and like everything on there. That Shady Buffalo Podcast is the YouTube channel, same as the podcast channel. And the other links to like Survivor Indianapolis stuff is coming out. That is all in one place at Linktree. It is linktr.ee Shady Buffalo, capital S and capital B with no spaces in there. Um, and you can subscribe and follow any of that stuff that you like. If you like these simulations, we have more of those. And if you want to see some real Survivor content, there is some real-ish Survivor content from myself. And Christian is going to be coming up in season 4, and that should be airing. I don't know when this is going to air. So
Mm.
in terms of where I'm at in the editing process, this might be coming out roughly the same time as your season comes out. So it
Okay.
can be
So
a lot of fun.
I haven't seen anything about the follow up from that, so I'm
Well,
excited to see it.
the video is really good. It's really fun. So I'm excited to see that. So with that, I think we're ready to head out of here. So thank you again, Christian, and we'll see you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.